Okay. Ads in a traffic being broke is evil. You were talking about money stemming from this tweet saying, "Could you having your own money, changes the dynamic you have with the people in your life. You interact with them from a place of choice and not survival. Your money gives you options of who stays in your life. Being financially independent buys you freedom. It affords you a life of choices. It gives you better options." Mari.
Hey guys. Good morning. Marira. Marinito dushitika. Money make things happen. Kana usina mari so unoziya nyangwe ka ivu kanoinvaitika because money kana usina mari nokona utanga kuona kuti kutanga wafunga kuti ane mari ivu. Ukatona muna chitodriver mota yake akagara arwana achienda kana kubasa notown wakamira pabus stop uchitsvaga 250 pound open track usina mari zvakatinya ndanga utofunga kuti you know what vari evil vanhu vanofamba vari vega vasingatakuri vanhu hamari ringoripo guys mani.
Good morning, Weekend, and the team in the studio. Thank you for such a wonderful subject about money. Money gives you the confidence, and money gives you the elevation. Money makes you bubble. Wherever in situations, I for one, I have dined and wined with the who's because of financial uplifting God has given in my life. It's money. Yeah.
Money. The barns are full, overflowing, and you're living for God. You have the peace as well, because sometimes on peace, but then uh, 575 says you guys are abusing money. Do you Let's get into
Mandi or something.
Nezuro, let me tell you, Nezuro Manji. So nanenda ku pizza in no kusimbisa at the offices. So I was like, I need to go to the gym to work out because after she did service like intersession.
In justice I know.
Yeah, so then she was like, "Oh, nasi." And they got tonight Wednesday. She goes, "I nasi Tuesday." It's so bad. Anyway.
Lovely. No, nice style. Those who are watching via Facebook, please just check out what Miss Candy is wearing
Oh,
today.
Arthur is approving. Thank you. You're always looking good as well.
Thank you.
So, Usazvinyepere, reality check. Talk to us.
Viki ndawambopa statement yakandibata zvikuru yokutanzwa nakaona mucharoyerwa mahara. See, the reason why we're having these conversations is so that we can help people make better and even informed decisions. And one of the things that I find is the majority of the stresses, they're actually connected to money, if you've noticed. The reason why many marriages right now are stressing, are suffering, is because of money. The reason why some people are acting funny right now, Mzimba, in your relationship, is because of money. The daring ones, they will tell you. The other ones who are not confident, they won't tell you. They just start acting funny. Money cannot be ignored. And when we're talking about Usazvinyepere and so forth, in one way or the other, you can't run away from the fact that we're actually going to be talking about money. What are we doing in terms of our decisions, in terms of the so many other things? And one of the things that I find really worrying is how many people were so good at running away from the truth, running away from the facts. So Usazvinyepere, pretty much our focus today is on reality checks. Reality checks. So there's one school that I announced last week. I just saw the memo about school fees. Which was around 11 million. By the way, Kunevanu right now are to millionaires in RTG stamps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but this school you to that
Ouch.
11 million.
Ouch.
11 million just for a term. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And when I wonder, they would complain, and so I'll tell you one thing. You actually find that those schools are actually full.
Like I
They're
saw,
actually full.
yeah, I saw the other memo saying, for parents who want to come with a please don't complain on behalf of those parents.
So don't speak on behalf.
Hey, don't. What in my jets?
Yeah.
In
But
my
some of those
helicopters.
people
Chill.
will actually be coming outside Zim. And by the way, if you go to Charles Prince weekend, but why are we saying we need to have this? Weekend. When we've got schools Zima 11 million, they also know kunechi korochi $100.
Yes.
They also know kunechi 500, kunechi 1,000. You know what I'm saying? It's because when people are designing models, designing businesses, designing products, they actually have got a particular profile in mind. Kuti our particular client akadai so, our particular client animari akadai so, our particular client anofana kachigara this particular place, our particular client kana time ya upgrade yakwana askwenda mgomo not father provide. Our particular client, when the money is due, they just log in, enter a PIN number, the money is transferred. Alternatively, it's automatically deducted. So this is the problem with many people. We want the good things of life, yet we've not put in the time.
Come on.
This is where the problem is. So I'm not saying it's good to dream. I'm not saying it's bad to have ambitions. By the way, you actually need to dream. This is why we're doing this show. We want you to dream. We want you to be ambitious. But we also want you to be realistic. Vikende, be realistic. Every time when school's opening, there's someone, I don't know, on sana school fees. Every time. But they can actually afford a school where room sana. I don't go to Badar. And by the way, I'm not having a conversation around the benefits or the disadvantages of a private school. That's not the conversation we're
Of a
having.
good school for
We
your
are
kid.
having a conversation on two things. Number one, affordability. Number two, sustainability. These are the conversations we're running away from quite constantly. Kuti weekend right now, can you afford it? It's okay. But is it sustainable? Ukanzwarwara away for the next 3 months. Are you actually able to fund that particular lifestyle? Ukanzwarwara away for the next 3 months, 4 months. Are you able to still keep your children in those particular schools? So wonder we don't want to hear these things. And because we don't want to hear these things, this is the reason why many people are still going through trouble. And one of the points that I've always made, majority of our problems, they're common sense problems. It's you sitting down and having the courage, weekend, to ask yourself a simple question. And you know Viroda Skubuda. But the moment we tell you that Skubuda or Akukwana, what here, I want Skutugawan weekend. Tungo Zara, Usazvinyepere. So one of the things that I want to emphasize is weekend life is so simple, but it's we're the ones who complicate it. We complicate it through our decisions. Life is so simple. I don't think you went to an $11 million school weekend. I just think you went to a good school. But if someone had dared to send you to an $11 million school based on what they were earning, chances high ungada usina kuchipedza chikoro, or chances are high that vamwe vana ungada usina kuenda kuchikoro. So life is so simple. It's sitting down with yourself, having candid, honest conversations about where you are, where you want to be, and the decisions that you can take from now. One of the things you want to be in financial mess, the two things that actually causing many people to be in financial mess. Number one, you're not making enough money. In other words, you're only one stream of income. And number two, you spend everything. So when I remember $500, unaona ari kurenda my $400. Asara somebody transport, asara somebody sipo, asara somebody food. The next thing you ask them, how are you going to fund the rest? The Lord shall provide according to his riches in glory. My statements they are usually taken out of context. The Lord will provide is never been meant for people who are not financially literate. It's never been meant for people who are not being productive in some way.
Come on.
It has never been meant for Munasiri serious. Those statements, as you read them in context.
He's not a magician, guy.
He's not a magician.
Yeah.
So once we understand the simplicity of life, life is actually common sense. Common sense is not common. It's actually common. $400. It means you need to make realistic decisions around your $400. If you want to be financially free, it's not stress the moon. It means your decisions, your actions have to fit in that. But this is the problem. A number of us were so much under pressure to prove to our contemporaries that things are happening. We're so much under pressure to prove to our churchmates that the Lord is opening doors, the Lord is doing mighty things, the Lord is showing his glory in my life. So what you do, you go into an able that you can afford. The next thing kana rendi yako diwa okutanga kutukira Satan, devil ya liar. Kana muna oda mari yake hapana devil ya liar. Unondora? Because banga achivaka anauti devil ya liar. Paivaka aruto waka a form of investment. And by the way, Parugwaka, a particular house in a particular neighborhood, they know there is somebody who can actually afford the rentals. And they know that person can they can actually pay those rentals.
And you know, like the point that you raised, Kuti, people are doing things to prove to people that life is moving. And that's a real thing. You're going on vacation. Because they have to see that there's a movement.
And this is where we're failing, Vikende, because on our agenda, it's not you, it's other people. The majority of the people you're trying to impress, Vikende, they don't care. The majority of us, we're trying to point to people who have already settled. Rentals, 24,000. One of the latest cases I was doing, 24,000 rent. And I'm like, guys, can I want to talk about 3 months the rent at $2,000 a month? That's the time to stop saying, Father, you're faithful. Change your location. Change your location. Kana uchinyara kutama maskat. Tama usiku. Wana wasingaoni. So, bloga sele numbers. You can even say now diaspora. So, learn to be real. Because you see, a number of times, one of the things is we are what the full story. One of the things that I want to challenge people to do, take time to go to my auction floors. In particular, what I call messenger of court and sheriff sales. Things for a song. It might not be on a sheriff. They take my sofa, I don't think so $200. My sofa, my $3,000. My fridge, I need $50. Why? Because someone has common sense elsewhere. Now they're trying to recover, and usually when they're selling, they sell to the highest bidder. You get at $10. I once bought a very good generator, which I actually use at my place. I got it for $7. Why? Because mom has not a decision elsewhere. And now, because when I was doing a reality check, we lose out more. So let's stop complicating life. Let's go simple.
Got a message, Hansim. At one point, I thought Arthur was too harsh. I moved from Greencroft 300 to Madoke to 150 rent. Moved my... him. I'm feeling very proud of myself. And said,
exactly. And I want you to know one thing. You see, wakapega mwana wako school fees at 5,000 US. Iwe uri kuita karate. Chimoimagine kwa mwa sipo iwe. School fees ipa 5,000 US. Kuti ndiani ari kusara achita that sacrifice ye 5,000 US.
Mwana kuto downgrade.
Auto downgrade. So nopandoti sometimes chimirira chaavoida kuti vanhu vaku downgrade here. Iwewe chita your own adjustments. You know the reality check. Ita your own adjustments. Kuti with the savings that I have, ndikamuka ndisipo mwana ari kupedza here. I have a friend of mine sending children to Europe for university. I can do that. I've already managed to save money for the entire program.
Before
the first year. I don't pay that. And not kutana mari akawanda aiwa. She's planned for it. She's worked for it. She's done savings. So by the time I want chiroganza amuka asesipo chikoro chirikutopera because somebody has been able to have a reality check, put in place the mechanisms to ensure that happens. But this is the problem. You are trying to compete with people who are spending profits. Where you are about to spend your capital.
All right.
Yeah.
So never be under pressure weekend to spend your seed. Paper weekend. But have realistic checks.
Because I want to get there.
Exactly. So a number of people, they are depressed because was trying to impress. So you are going to fall into depression if you're always obsessed with trying to impress. And one of the keys that I always want to emphasize, don't go broke trying to prove to broke people that you're not broke.
Yes. I think that's happening
Yes.
so much.
Don't go broke trying to prove to broke people that you're not broke. So what do happens? Munhu anonyorwa kumusana nebank akwereta mari yokutenga mota. But guys, kana ndokwereta if you want to borrow, sit down with a consultant, sit down with someone who can give you honest truth. Don't borrow for consumption. When I want a consumptive borrow, that's why I want to be in a serious vicious cycle. Yes, queries. Because payslip yapera yambadzurwa nama microfinance apa story na space yokunyora autoprotira nohurumende SSB kunzi aiwa atibvumidzwi kuzomsiya asina nachunu but vanhu wakawanda right now is speak ambadzurwa left right center chi pane phone yatorwa ipapo next thing atora kacheya next thing atora chakati every month arutirwa mari kuti it doesn't yet kugara pasi pafloor chakugara pafloor kana pakurwadza think of ways.
Got another message saying, thank you, Mr. Marara. I was renting a house in Ashton Park. People thought it was ours. David Garissa. We failed to pay rentals for 2 months and we quickly moved out. We moved to Chitungwiza. People talked us. Now we own a house in Chitungwiza.
Well done.
So Mugutawara Shua, don't leave. Mugutawara Shua, don't leave for people. Rawoma, God will raise you.
I love the quality of my stories. Ndopandu chamwari. Aufi. The moment you begin to confront yourself. But unaona kutofa Usazvinyepere. Which is why we want to encourage people, guys, let's mind our business. Let's run our race. Stop being obsessed with trying to prove to people that you're at a certain level when you're not at a certain level. And never go broke trying to impress people. And secondly, the reason why many people are actually going to fail in life is because we're so obsessed with trying to appear wealthy. And don't go broke trying to appear wealthy. It's okay. Ijigasa za $8. $20 uchazozvikapambira apa. But chakakosha kuzadza dumpa. Andizvoka ichika $8. The rest yasara 90 tenga magrocery. Enda kunzvimbo kwaunogona kuafford. Andizvoka kana zvasara tenga nemhuri yako. And by the way, always remember you can always build your own borrowed or broke wherever you are.
Yeah.
Decorate your house, clean your yard, do proper landscaping. Diridza loan yako. If Karambrayun is a drill a bore, it costs you $1,000 depending with where you are. Do that, create the best where you are. And when the time to upgrade comes, we can zvega. But you see, a number of times we are pushing to upgrade when the conditions are not yet right. This is the reason why a number of us were being forced back by nature. So what I'm saying is, we can do the economy is kuside uku, but my decisions are kuside uku. My decisions are aligned with reality. My decisions are sustainable, realistic, which is why we are asking people to make honest, realistic decisions. I've talked for a long time about the Mbinga syndrome, the boss Ningi syndrome. You see, one of the things that we've done in Zimbabwe in social media, we've mastered the art of creating unnecessary pressure on people. Why? Because people are so thirsty for attention.
Yes.
People are so thirsty for attention. I don't know my picture about modern number plates. I don't know video. I doors. So extra background. The Lord is Almighty. The Lord is doing things. Chi. One of the things that I've done, number one, I don't follow. Number two, I don't care. Number three, where I'm going is who I know. And once you understand that, it's not bad. And the point we've always made, Vikendi, akuna mbinga inotaura ndiri mbinga bozi vanozviziva. Enda Charles Prince, ndiani wakuona Charles Prince achitaura, no, these are my plans, indege dzangu akuna. Why? Number one, those people, they know kuti aunyataurisa stereki kuna vanhu vanokutsvaga ushamwari wanenguva usinombotiona iwewe. Exactly. So what I'm saying to everyone right now, stop lying to yourself. Look into yourself right now. Are you living your truth? Number three, is your expenditure actually matching your income? Common sense. I want you to befriend and normalize common sense. And once you befriend and normalize common sense, life you're going to nagiza shamari. I've actually done a book called Keys to Financial Freedom, Common Sense Principles on how you can actually become financially free. It doesn't matter how much you earn. You are wisdom with that amount. It will change your life.
Wow, Advocate Arthur Marara. Oh, thank you so much for this conversation. Your contact details.
I'm on WhatsApp. You can actually join our free WhatsApp group 078 00 55 152. 078 00 55 152. If you're outside Zimbabwe, please prefix with +263. I'm on social media. You can always follow us. Please follow Weekend as well. I love the stuff she's doing on YouTube.
Thank you so much. Star FM sounding good all the time. Check your time with mine. It is 10 o'clock. Time for the news.
This